It's so rare that I get a chance to just talk to you on the air like this. And I got something else that I want to talk about that is near and dear to the hearts of both of us. Now, since President Trump took office, there have been several senior military officers that have been relieved for cause by the president for various reasons. They just got rid of General Hawk over at NSA. They just got rid of Admiral Fagan from the Coast Guard, female leader of the Coast Guard. I worked with her when I was at DHS. Several other ones. There was one up in, I guess she was a colonel up in Greenland, operating the station up there for Space Command, and she wouldn't put the president and Secretary Hegseth's picture up on the wall as she is obligated to do. So, with all that said, what do you think about the woke resentment from some of the folks in the military that I think have been placed there? All this woke stuff is out of vogue right now. And how is this all going to turn out? Tell me your thoughts.
Dereliction of duty.
There you
They're,
go.
they're traitors. They are operating outside of the Constitution. Look, I served under Clinton. Never at any time in my service did I ever say anything bad about Clinton. I never thought there was never even a thought in my mind like, oh, apolitical military. I mean, it's never been political until Trump decided to run for office, and then everything became political.
There you go.
And we've gotten to the point to where it's like we're living in two worlds. It's like we're living in two worlds. Like you have the social media world where everything is a fire and an inferno every single day. And you look at the temperature of the country and you see everybody that is just spewing hate and all this disinformation out there to a vulnerable population. And it is a vulnerable population because there's so many people in this country that fail to do their own research.
Yeah.
What they do is they follow people on social media and they rely on what their opinions are. So they can't form their own opinion. What kind of a person can get up in the morning, look at themselves in the mirror and say, I'm going to live my life today based off what they think? And then I'm going to go to social media and then I'm going to let the world know what I think through an extension of this guy or this gal over here who's feeding me propaganda. But the vulnerable guy doesn't think it's propaganda. They're going to take it and they're going to run with it like it's gospel.
Yeah.
And then they're going to spew it out to the rest of the world. And guess what they're going to tell you? Do your research.
There you go.
Make it make sense, Bernie. Now,
Man, I can't. Man, I came into the Air Force under Reagan. Reagan, bro. And I left under Obama. And I served for conservatives, Democrats, everything in between. But we weren't allowed to discuss our personal politics. We kept that out of the system. The job was, do what's best, duty, honor country. That was the credo. But these wokesters, somehow or another, that's changed. And it boils my cookies, but it also makes me happy to see that these people are being found out because they're saboteurs. And we can't operate a successful military when you got people that are out for themselves. The military, the reason it's regarded the way it is because we are above politics, or we're supposed to be. But these people aren't above politics, and they're being found out, and there's a lot more of them. There's a whole lot of them out there within the military that don't want to follow rules, and they only want to get out of the military what's good for them, but they don't want to do what needs to be done to protect our country. And protecting the country is what we're supposed to be about.